guys, it's Thursday. Welcome to the morning after. It's been a while since we've had, I think this is our first ever actually Thursday morning after. Welcome. We are discussing the season premiere of season 3 of Bachelor Canada starring Chris LaRue. Yes, so here we are, and we're discussing, we starts out by talking about Chris's career. He's a retired pro baseball player. I can't help but wonder, like, when that's discussed, like, I get the gist is he has money, but I still kind of wonder, like, what's he doing now? Like, what's gonna happen other than buying a house and maybe having babies? So I kind of would have liked if they had touched on that. I did think it was hilariously staged, his house hunting segment. I thought that was a not so subtle way of showing that he had money, like the houses they were looking at. So I would like to know what he intends to do just with his time moving forward. That would have been nice to talk about. But anyway, I could totally relate to his reasons for retiring. He talked about wanting to have a consistent life. So I get it. I get it. He's very likable. I have nothing really bad to say about it. I talk a bit about him in my Flair recap today about personality things. But yeah, he's a very nice to look at, agreeable bachelor. I can't complain. In his time with his family, it was discussed that he's old. Did anyone else get this vibe that, like, everyone was talking about him like he was kind of like getting old? He's like 33 or something, and that his brother and sister met when they were young. I think that was actually used. Hi, Nikki. Oh, Nika. Hi. And yeah, I just thought it was funny I just think it's funny when people think that a 33-year-old man is not married, especially he's living in a city like Toronto. Like, that is not by any means old. And a lot of the people he knows who probably got married young, like, a lot of them end up getting divorced. So I think he's doing just fine. Yeah, and then he's paid a visit by Caitlin and Sean, and I thought this was really a cute segment. I'm not gonna lie, I love Caitlin, and I thought gave great advice. She was pretty much like, hey, it sucks, you break a lot of hearts, but you gotta be selfish, and look where it got me. So, yeah, it was a nice touch to have her there. Okay, intro videos. So to me, it's clear that Katie is a front runner. If you guys have been following along with I have to do celebrity with air quotes, but our celebrity fantasy draft teams for the show, I had initially Katie as my #1 girl, and that's based only on bio videos and bios. So I don't necessarily have that switched up based on the first episode, but I'm always shifting them based on airtime and stuff like that. So, but yeah, I thought instantly Katie was a front runner. She seems super balanced and cool. Like, I'd want to be her friend cool. And I love that she's both a lawyer and a meditation coach. Like, if that's not, you know, polar opposites and shows some sort of, like, balance, then I don't know what is. And also great teeth and smile. I noticed things like that. Megan also had a video. I thought she was really, really cute. She struck me as very young. And I guess she is actually young. She's from a small town. But there was just a very young and naive feeling to her, which was very charming. I liked her a lot. And I love that she said, the girls back home can make fun of me all they like, but I'm doing this for me. There was something fourth wall breaking about that, like what she was doing in this video, doing this at all is something that could be made fun of. And Shanti was another one with a video. Definitely getting the feeling, especially based on previews, that Shanti will be a drama causer. And even before we got to that, a lot of her hometown package felt focused on this, like, it just felt very antagonistic. These are actual quotes. It was a very I think she said take it or leave it at one point about her personality. I have bad days just like anyone else. I actually wrote these down. It feels like the whole world is against me. I got through my list. Yeah, I go through my list of haters / kill list. Very Arya Stark. And she referenced people I'm going to prove wrong. I just thought this was, like, really intense, you know, for, like, a 1-minute intro package. That's pretty, like, okay. There comes a point where maybe you're the common denominator in all this conflict. But yeah, definitely proved as foreshadowing for what I presume will be a source of drama. Shanti. Okay, so night one, I thought it was fun. Noah Cap emerges and pretends to not know that it's Chris's birthday. I thought that was good stuff. And the night goes on pretty par for the course drama-wise. I thought it was funny that anyone would take issue with Dee arriving on a dirt bike. Because something about that struck me as very Canadian. Like a dirt bike is just so mild. Like if that happened on the US show, like no one would bat an eye. Like way weirder things have been done. Yeah, and then the night progresses, and then Shanti starts crumbling like crazy and says, quote, "I'm dying, I'm literally dying." I obviously do not even need to talk about that. It's just funny how her frustration reveals her entitlement, and the fact that she clearly thinks she's not on the same level as these other women. She thinks she's better than these other women, which is something I personally cannot stand. This is something that just never flies. You are in a room with 19 other beautiful women. Why do you think you're better than anyone here? And it is funny how she keeps talking about and leading with how confident and self-assured she is, and how, you know, and then yet the fact that she's crumbling over this reveals that she really isn't. And then she said one more thing. Chris said, "I would be disappointed to see you leave." This is in, I think, the bathroom or somewhere where yeah, it's in the bathroom. And Shanti says, drove me nuts. "What makes you say that?" So she's clearly fishing for compliments, and the whole thing reeked of insecurity wrapped in a package that looks like confidence, and just, it saves everyone time and energy if you don't do that. Anyway, overall, it was not that surprising who went home, especially based on airtime. I was a little sad to see Sharleen go, because I thought her intro video was like super spunky and full of personality, and I really wanted to be her friend. And so she's gone, and that's a shame. Girls to watch: Lindsay, Katie, Dee, Michaela, Kate, and Brittany. I think possibly Stacy and Lara. I really had Stacy as one of my front runners initially, but her airtime situation has me a little concerned. I say this in my Flair recap. We know that Mikkel from last season and Trish from the season 2 years ago both had the exact same amount of airtime as someone like Stacy, meaning their entire limo exit was shown, but the conversation they had with the lead on night one was kind of like fell into a sort of montage. Like they didn't really show very much. So I think there's still hope for Stacy, my early pick, based on the fact that Bachelor Canada has been known to do this, but I just don't see her winning. Like no one who isn't getting a full conversation shown on night one is winning. Lastly, I think Megan is one to watch. I don't see her winning, but she definitely seems to have a story, and I feel like she will continue to be prominent. Like she's had an intro video, full limo exit shown. Like she's definitely getting airtime, so she's not going anywhere. Okay, I have a few questions. First is from Sarah. This is a good one. Would love to know your thoughts on Chris's god-awful torso tattoo. I mean, I don't disagree. I don't know if I would put it in the same words, but yes, to me that torso tattoo screams, I got this in my early 20s when I was feeling rebellious and like a badass. I don't know. But I don't know, maybe, I'm sure there are girls out there that think it's like super hot, so what do I know? Also, do I think Shanti's crying in the bathroom was a bit planted to get Chris to talk to her? I actually don't. I think that Shanti was just like melting down, and I actually think, knowing her and how she was so like, I'm so fabulous, I don't see her wanting Chris to see her in that state. Like I don't think that was planned. I think it worked out for her, and I think she ended up sort of milking it, but I don't think it was planned. Yeah, so that's that for the morning after. Be sure to read my Flair recap. I don't do Pretty Pandas recaps for Bachelor Canada, but There I will list my top 4 frontrunners based on this episode, and be sure to join my fantasy draft team. It's very competitive. I'm against Roz Weston, Darren Jones, and last year's Bachelorette, Jasmine Lorimer, and it's like heated. Like, we're really like going at each other. So please join my team. It would mean so much to me. And yeah, I also think you're in good hands. Like, come on, we've been talking about this show for a while now. So yes, please join my team. And yeah, I will see you here next week after episode 2 of The Bachelor Canada. Bye.